Which textbooks got the Second Amendment? All right, let's open the spine on this one. I spent 3 weeks PDFing state standards from Texas, Florida, California, New York, Virginia, every red and blue stronghold, and pulled the worst offenders. You're not just gonna hear names. You're gonna hear page numbers, footnotes, teacher manuals. Because if your kid's reading this garbage, you need receipts. Let's start with the granddaddy. Pearson's Negative 2020 edition. Page 436. Yes, 436. While the Second Amendment protects an individual's right to own guns, the Supreme Court has repeatedly upheld restrictions. Repeatedly? Bruen came out, 2022 struck down New York's May issue carry. This book was printed after, yet Bruen gets 0 lines. Instead, they paste a quote from Justice Stevens' 2010 dissent in McDonald. The right to keep and bear arms was never meant for handguns. Dissent, not majority. But the sidebar makes it look like law. Teacher Guide page, T112, has a discussion prompt. Why might the founders limit military-style rifles? Suggested answer: to prevent tyranny of the majority. That's backwards. Federalist 84, Hamilton says armed citizens check tyranny. But Pearson won't quote him. Too patriarchal, apparently. Next, number 5, Houghton Mifflin Harcourts, 2019. Page 238. Sidebar: gun control milestones. Lists 1934, National Firearms Act. 1968, Gun Control Act. 1994 assault weapons ban each, with a green checkmark, like progress. No mention of 2008 Heller 6 separate opinions, 5 confirming individual right. They just skip it. Online supplement links to Everytown Yes, the Bloomberg Pack 4, further reading. That's not civics, that's a donation funnel. Number 4. McGraw-Hill's Government Alive, California edition, 2022. Page 312. The Second Amendment originally protected militias, not personal arsenals. Quote from the founders: none. Quote from Obama's 2013 presser: they can keep a gun in the house? Yep, page 313 highlighted. And at the bottom, activity draft a modern rewrite of the Bill of Rights. Kids came back with Third Amendment. No quartering troops. No TikTok ads in your bedroom. Cute. But the second, right to bear arms except AR-15, ghost guns, bump stocks. Teacher grades them on sensitivity. 3. National Geographics. Supposed to be neutral. Page 424 Civil War. Chapter drops a nugget. Lincoln suspended habeas corpus. Gun rights died with it. False. Lincoln suspended habeas, but the Second Amendment wasn't touched. Militias were called, up thousands answered. But the book cites only one source: a 1993 article by a historian who calls the NRA cult-like. No counterpoint, no Federalist, no amendments. 2. Amsco's, AP edition used in AP Gov. Classes everywhere. Page 51 has a bar graph. Public support for gun control, 1950 to 2023. Ends at 70%. Citation: CNN poll. No defensive gun use stats. No CDC number. No CLEC study showing 2 million saves a year. Instead, sidebar. Parkland students demand change. Photos of David Hogg. 0 kids who used a gun to stop a shooter, like the Utah Mall Guard or the Texas Church Defender. Omission is a lie. And the crown jewel of garbage Houghton Mifflin's 2023, revised post-Bruen. Page 118. Modern courts are gradually eroding the Second Amendment. Quote from Ketanji Brown Jackson's dissent in Bruen: we are rewriting history, and they present that as fact. Majority opinion, 6 justices said, shall not be infringed means carry. 0 mention. Then homework. Write a letter to your senator demand red flag laws. Not debate. Not research both sides. Just activism. Teacher rubric gives extra credit if you cite Brady campaign stats. Now pause. If you're screaming into your coffee right now, do me a favor. Smash subscribe, hit the bell. We're doing one every week until every parent can name their kid's textbook. Next Tuesday, the teacher union's contract clauses that let this slide. Back to the carnage. Let me read you what a kid actually wrote in my inbox using Dot. The founders were racists who wanted slave patrols. The Second Amendment's for hunting now. 11 years old. She got an A. So what fixes this? First, demand primary sources. Hand every school board a copy of Federalist 84, Heller Syllabus, Bruen Appendix. Make them teach the words, not the spin. Second vote out, Pearson, Amsco, Houghton. They're not publishers, they're lobbyists in paperback. Third opt out. Florida lets you pull kids for 1 day of civics use it. Bring them to a range. Read them the amendments out loud. Let them shoot a .22. They'll learn shall not be infringed faster than any chapter. Opinion mine. This isn't accident. It's curriculum laundering. The same people who can't spell amendment are teaching your kids to repeal it. That ends when you start showing up. Bring receipts. Bring the Constitution. Bring your wallet and stop buying these books.